Hey everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Acres. I'm Jason.
I'm Kara.
We're up here in the barn today and it is cold. You could tell by the intro we got a fresh layer of snow outside and it was mid-20s this morning. But in true Carolina fashion, I think we'll hit 40 and rising a little bit today and a good bit tomorrow. I think it's gonna get up to 50 tomorrow. So
It's still cold though.
It's still cold, but the snow will be short-lived. And we did take the opportunity to, while the ground was, I don't think it's quite frozen all the way, but it was being cold, we took the opportunity to get the ladder out of here down at the cabin. So it's not set up permanently, but yeah, we'll show you a quick clip of getting that on the building, and that kind of follows up with last week's video. So just clear up space in the barn, brought the ladder down. We'll still have some adjustment to do with it and get the spacers on it, but and the pavers right where Kara's feet are at now.
Put some nice pavers here instead of these treated pieces.
But it looks good. You gonna try it out?
I'm gonna test her out. Definitely sturdy. I don't think I want to climb up on the roof since it's covered in snow. Maybe slippery. But I think, oh yeah, I do like that for getting up and around. I think it will be easy and very convenient. Love it. And I like the staining job, even though you said it was smeary. I don't think so. I think it looks good.
Thank you, baby. So we're up here in the barn today, and actually all weekend. We're just going to be cleaning stuff up.
It's a mess.
It's a mess. You've seen in a couple other videos.
Shows how much we work.
Yeah, I did a quick walk around video. I'll plug that in here. So the main focus of today's video is to update you guys on what the goals are for 2022 and what we're going to be putting on this channel, what you guys should be seeing. But in the background of making this, we've said in a couple other videos, we need to get this barn cleaned up. It's way overdue. You're not supposed to show everybody your dirty laundry, but I just do a quick walk around and so we can do a little before and after. I mean, we've got things everywhere. I mean, we need to get everything cleaned up, some things put away. As mentioned in previous videos, we're kind of on I wouldn't call a pause, but we're a reset button on the cabin. So we're pulling all the tools out, and it's a good time to just clean everything up, take inventory, and just make things better, more functional. That'll make all of our projects easier throughout the course of this year. So I'll probably get this equipment out of here just to give us some working space, and then we'll show you it when we're done cleaned up.
We've been putting this activity off for a while.
Yeah, like I said there, you want to show people your dirty laundry, but you kind of have to show the end product. So it's time. It's 2022. It's time to get cleaned up and ready. I know by the time everybody sees this, it'll be end of January. But yeah, we've gone through and we've actually set our goals for Sunshine Acres for 2022. And we're a little nerdy like that. We print them off in different sections and we have them framed around the house to remind ourselves of what we're supposed to be getting done. So.
Well, it was a long list, so I thought it would be a good idea to divide it up into 3 parts so that you're not looking at a list this long and everything kind of blends together. So the more personal financial goals we stuck in our bathroom. And you see it when you're brushing your teeth every morning. I think it's a good idea. Remind you to step on the scale. And one of mine is floss my teeth, so in the bathroom makes sense. I'm bad at that. Kitchen, we've got project goals set up and framed, so you look at that every day. It's kind of a center of activity, so it reminds us of our projects. And then we have trips, a whole list of trips that we want to take and outings. just get out and do things off the property throughout the year. So set that up in our living room area.
Yep.
And yeah, just look at them every day, remind ourselves to keep checking them off the list.
Yeah, one of my big goals this year is to make Big Boy not such a big boy. So hopefully you guys will see a slimmer version as we move throughout the year.
Hey, you've already knocked a few pounds off. I know you can do it.
We'll see.
He can.
So, but we did want to share the goals with you that you guys will see on this channel. I mean, we appreciate y'all being here. We've been doing videos now for almost 6 months.
It's been that long.
Yeah, so I mean, it was just before late, well, actually it goes back to summer. I mean, bark siding. I mean, we're getting ready to do the final Flashback Friday, this coming Friday that you'll see. And that gets us up to the summer of 2021.
Yep.
So that's kind of when we started doing our initial YouTube videos. So Flashback Friday will cease to exist or continue because we'll be caught up. So there'll end up being 20 episodes of Flashback Friday. So if anybody's ever new to this channel, you want to kind of see where we came from and develop this property starting in 2016 up to
21.
Yeah, you know, so 5 years there. You know, we've got 20 videos just kind of documenting that chronologically for the most part. So that'll be it for Friday videos. I think we'll continue posting on Monday with our vlog and our projects and what we're doing out here. But I mean, let us know in the comments if you guys like one day better than the other. I don't think it matters to us, but in general, at least for the next couple months, I think we're gonna drop back to one video a week, and that kind of gets to one of my goals here with YouTube. I mean, we want to increase the quality of these videos. So it takes some time to edit and go through and film these things. I mean, when you have to set up a camera and stop what you're doing, I mean, the activity could take 10 minutes, but if you're filming it, it takes 20. So there's a little bit of that going on, and we just want to increase the quality. I want to learn to become a better editor. I want to take better footage. I want our content to be creative and fun for you guys to watch. So, like I said, let us know if one day is better than the other for posting. We can adjust that. And then also, what do you guys like to see? Like, was that video too long? We don't like to hear you guys talking. More work, less talk. More talk, less work.
Well, we got to do the work regardless.
Well, and that's, oh, very nice. We'll be right back.
Jason's favorite thing.
Oh, good Lord. I love that little, what's that thing called? That's a little,
Some sort
the
of
monster box with a little portable radio. Super cool. Except I can't figure out how to turn that, the alarm off for severe weather or Amber Alerts or whatever happens. It like links in, but
drives him crazy.
I hate it. Yeah, we'd be like working on the cabin, we're playing music, and you're up on the roof, and you got to climb down. But anyway, but back to what I was saying. I mean, yeah, let us know what you guys want to see. Our content is kind of static to a certain point. It is what it is, and that kind of gets into our big projects for 2022 that you can expect to see. I mean, the first one's the garden makeover.
The garden is very large, 80 foot long, and full of a lot of weeds. We learned this year what a chore that is to weed that thing. We had help from Jayla, but then she went to college, so our garden weeder helper is gone. Hired some people. It's hard to find people that want to weed your garden, so we need to redesign that thing.
So that's the goal. I mean, I shot a quick video. I'll clip in here. So here's one of our main objectives, if not the main objective to start 2022, is going to be redoing our entire garden area. So this is out behind our pool and within the fence. We like this area because it is fenced in. The deer can't get at it, but you may have seen some of the other videos. If not, you will when we get started, but this thing's still absolutely covered in weeds. So step one's just going to be getting this thing cleaned up. And I think that's going to start as early as next weekend. So we are excited about that. We had a pretty good garden this year, or last year, I should say. And the goal is to increase productivity on that. And we had irrigation system put in as well, which really just, I mean, it let the weeds grow very rampant. So weeding became a little bigger chore than we'd like it to. So what we're gonna do this year is get everything cleaned up. And then I think we're gonna do a series of raised garden beds, maybe like one in the corner, one here, one or two here. We've got berry bushes here that should stay static. And then maybe get some lower beds close to the wall that we can access and be easy to weed. And then in between these raised beds, I think we're gonna do like a landscape stone, get a weed fabric down, and just basically reduce our square footage as much as possible in order just for easier maintenance and still have a good crop of veggies. So that's the game plan. But you see there, I mean, we'll get the weeds cleaned out, but I think the goal is to just reduce the size that we have to weed and maintain, and we'll, create garden beds with either raised beds or
Put some river rock in there.
But yeah, fill in all the voids with weed barrier and river rock. I think it'll look really good and be a lot more functional for us and more enjoyable. So that's kind of...
That's the big one. That's going to be next on the list after getting the barn clean.
Well, here in North Carolina, I mean, we'll be ready to plant possibly as early as late March outside. So we got to get going. So that'll start as early as next week. So look forward to that. That's going to be, that's going to look pretty cool. I'm excited to do that. It's going to be a lot of work, but it'll be fun. The next big one, and this will probably go on for
the remainder
of the year, is the interior of the cabin. So we'll be back at Sunset Cabin, starting in there. I think it may be kind of a hybrid, working on garden and cabin for a few months. If it's raining or super cold, we may do some interior work in the cabin, that kind of thing. But yeah, we're super excited to get that buttoned up. So
yeah, it's going to look super cute inside.
Look forward to that. Other smaller items, finish the new driveway. You've seen a couple clips and a few videos. We cleared for additional driveway to come right up to the front of the house. We've added some additional soil there to kind of get that leveled and ready. Spread a little bit of stone on it to this point. But I think it's settled and it's ready to get cleaned up and graded out once it dries out in the spring. So I don't know. Goal for me on that Memorial Day.
It's a good goal.
Good goal, I think, to maybe have the new driveway done. A little bit of cost involved with that, with buying some new stone, and so we'll see where we're at cash flow wise. But work on drainage of the cabin.
It gets pretty wet down there. That's a tough one. Right by the creek, it's actually categorized as lowlands or
wetlands.
Wetlands. Yeah. So the water, we need to trench it and get it to the creek, basically. It's
never going to be totally dry down there, but we have some ideas. There's a few things that we can do. I think our buddy Chad is going to come help us out with that. He's actually got a backhoe attachment on his tractor, so yeah, look forward to that, and hopefully that may be just a work in progress every year, continue to improve that, but that's on our list. Firewood. We got to get, we've got a ton of stuff on the ground right now, and this is probably more so on me than you, but just get the chainsaw running and try to run a tank of gas through it every weekend I can, and just start building up inventory.
I can help you split.
Yeah. No, there's plenty of work to go around, but we need to probably start getting in the habit, and it's going to be hard with it being this cold out, but we'll start mixing that in. Other side projects we're going to have, I've got an updated Bronco build date. So end of January, my Bronco's supposed to be built. And then at that point, it could be anywhere from 2 to 6 weeks till we're in receipt of that. So should have Bronco in hand, and then your Jeep, you've got a couple things you want to do to that. So we may kind of do a side series of just a couple. Again, we're not going to be a vehicle channel here, but we're going to do some upgrades to the Bronco, and then you want to maybe get the carpet and put some Rhino lining in the Jeep. And so we'll have a couple automotive videos, and if we
I'm not doing that myself though. I'll take it in. But
no, but let's document it and then go through the process, and Like I said, we're not trying to make that the focal point, but if we get a few of those type of videos, maybe we'll make a side session after they're done, similar to what we did with Flashback Friday.
No, love my Jeep, but wet carpet is no fun. Don't understand why they did that. Makes no sense.
And one of the other things, goals for us was to learn 10 new recipes, master 10 new recipes. So we'll use that term lightly, but
That was your term.
sure.
I'm not a master chef.
But at least you make something 3 times, you should have it dialed into, wait, hey,
So
we
where
like
you're-
this
you're
or we
not-
don't like this.
And you're not pulling out the recipe book, looking at
Sure.
it every time. It goes faster. It's not a chore to make.
So, I mean, we're trying to watch what we eat. We're a diet, more so me than you, but it's an opportunity to introduce some new meals, and it's fun. We like being in the kitchen as well, so we may take a stab at that and video some of those. But, then once they're done, maybe we'll introduce those in a series as well. We've done a couple soap videos already.
That'll be ongoing.
For us, that's kind of a maintenance thing. It's like, hey, you've been making soap now for 4 or 5 years, maybe even 6.
I can't remember, but now we don't buy store-bought soap, so you
Yeah,
got to
so-
plan ahead. It takes a few weeks to cure, so just keep it going throughout the year.
But we start getting, we get low, we make new soap. So
Yeah, that's more of a maintenance thing,
Yeah.
like you said. Probably more videos on soap.
yeah, there'll be some of that, because definitely, especially make a new type of, like we did the columns in there or something. I mean, that stuff's cool, I think. But back to the YouTube channel. Like I said, we've been doing these for 6 months now. We're going to use the end of year as a gauging point. Do we like doing this? Do we not? I think we like doing this, so we're going to continue and actually put more effort into it in 2022. Try to increase the quality, the content, and we want to increase our subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed already and in the YouTube channel, not following on Facebook or anything like that, please do. I mean, that's what we need. Our goal this year is to get up and over 1,000 subscribers. As we film this, we're sitting at 55, so
It's a long way to go.
that's probably a lofty goal. That may or may not happen, but
Tell your friends.
yeah, tell your mama, tell your friends. I mean, we're encouraging you, if you enjoy these, to spread the word and click the subscribe button. So come along, and I think it's going to be a fun adventure. Anything else goal-wise that you have on here, baby, you want to talk about?
I said personal and financial is kind of personal. Don't need to talk about that on the channel, but trips we can talk a little bit about.
Yeah, we may get, so I mean, just in general, we're not going to get specific on this, but we want to get a couple motorcycle trips in.
Off-roading trip,
Off-roading trip with the Bronco and or the Jeep.
that should be soon.
That
So
should be fun.
we may get some video on that.
Yeah,
would
I can
think.
see maybe if we get the vehicles out on trails or something like that. Again, we're not trying to be off-road or adventure channel here. This is going to be about Sunshine Acres, but some things like that will be fun. One thing I did not mention, epoxy countertops.
Yeah, I'd like to learn to do that. Well, I wasn't going to do. I don't know if
I'm sorry, not countertop,
countertops,
but cutting boards or tabletops or.
I just want to learn to do epoxy pours and incorporate them with wood and make. We have a bunch of cedar and a lot of pretty hardwood, so you can do picture frames and pour around the wood and add a bunch of color in there. If you don't know what epoxy pours or epoxy, you can see a lot of epoxy tables. Maybe one day I'll do one of those, but gotta get skilled first, where it looks like a river running between like 2 pieces of wood.
Yeah, it's an in thing right now. Pretty cool stuff. So with her chemistry background and attention to detail, I think that's an excellent opportunity
Yeah,
for you to get into something like that.
we'll see how it goes if I like it. I'm not typically too artistic, but yeah, like you said, with the chemistry, and I like working with wood, so I think they'll go together pretty well.
I do too.
We'll see.
And the other thing I didn't mention, we talked about getting the Bronco this year, but the other big purchase we plan on getting is the sawmill. And that kind of ties into your epoxy projects. In order to saw up the pile of cedar that we have back there, we need something to
that.
do it with. So.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm not 100% dialed in, but I think we know what we want to get, and we'll wait a few months, get through a couple other things and just kind of see where we're at financially, and then probably look into getting a sawmill out here. So again, that'll take a little bit of time, like you said, get our skills up before we probably post much on that. But by the end of the year, I think we should be doing that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. That should be fun.
And then depending on a lot of other things here, if we get the cabin done, other projects, where we're at, possibly get into where we're building our next structure out here, whether that's a cover for the sawmill, a second garage for the truck and the dump trailer. We're going to need several more buildings out here, so I don't know if 2022 is the year to get those started or not, but that's kind of on the back end.
Maybe by the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's stretch goal. Gotta have stretch goals.
And maybe it's getting, we're up to speed with the sawmill, and it's producing enough material to stage for next year and go ahead and let it dry a bit so it's not so green that we're dealing with.
That would be good. Be a good start.
Yep. So we're excited. We're super excited to have you all here. Hope you enjoy them. Like we said, please subscribe and tell others who watch it with you to do the same. We look forward to showing you what we do out here. I mean, if you don't know or haven't got the drift of what we try to do out here, I mean, this is, it's to show you if you go out and you work hard and you be with the ones you love, you can pretty much accomplish absolutely anything you want to. And you don't need 13 acres. You can do stuff in your backyard. You can create a small wood shop in your garage. It's just the activity of doing something other than sitting around watching YouTube videos. Don't do that all day, unless it's ours. But
it's not going to take all day.
But that's what we try to do, just provide motivation for others to get out, go do something, build something with your hands, be with the ones you love.
I will say this morning, though, I looked at that snow and you think for a minute, am I really going to go clean that barn today? I could sit in here and look at that snow all day, and that would be awesome. But then you get out here and sit by the fire, and I'm excited to get this place cleaned up. It just takes that 1 second to get off your butt and go get started. Then you have a great day. We can look at the snow later in the hot tub when we're done.
Absolutely. So we'll take you around. We'll show you. We're not going to bore you with us cleaning everything in the barn, but we'll do a little before and after. And we've got a couple little side projects. I've got a couple video shots of them. We'll explain those in a little detail. We'll see if we get into some of those this weekend. But yeah, in general, we're just doing some cleanup, and come along for the ride, and hope you enjoy our videos in 2022. Hey everybody, welcome back. We have worked 2 days now.
2 pretty long days out here.
Yeah, getting the barn cleaned up. We're very happy. Didn't get everything done that we wanted to, but that's usually the case out here. Usually it takes a little longer than we expect. But in general, we got this whole thing cleaned up.
Cleaned, reorganized, rearranged. There's a few things that we really need to get in and go through drawers and shelves, and we didn't get quite to that level, but definitely cleaner and more organized. So feeling wonderful about that.
Yep, it looks good. And one of the goals was, we'll show you here in a second, but was to create another parking space for one of the gators, because when we get the Bronco in a few weeks, we want to move the truck and park it in here, probably at least temporarily full time. So I'll show a video now. We'll do that here in a few minutes, but I'll show that now of all the equipment in here. So
Yeah, that was not happening before. There was no way we were getting a truck in the way it was laid out before.
And I was a little disappointed in that. I was kind of dreading having to park my truck outside. So we'll see. We'll show you that right now.
It'll work.
So yeah, here we go. We got the truck backed in, the back door. Yeah, it's definitely a different configuration than we've ever done before. Tractor side by side. You can see, I mean, there's plenty of room right where I'm at in case we were doing another project or needing a little more floor space for the shop. So very pleased. This is the space we created here for that gator. Yeah, very efficient use of the barn right now. Love it.
Cool.
All right, then we'll go now, and Miss Kara's just going to do a walk around and show you everything that we got done the last couple days.
All right, let's do it.
So for a while we had this corner set up as a little living room. We had TV here, futon, table, but we weren't really using it anymore. And most of that stuff's gonna go down in our cabin. So kind of just piled that up in the corner to get it out of the way. A little coffee table, futon, we're gonna cover that up with a tarp, keep the dust off of it. But taking that little living room out gave us the little aisle here where we are going to park one of the gators. Then we moved on to this area with the wood stove, and we did not really have seating facing the fire before, so we weren't using that living room area, but we do use this fire, so it is really nice now. We have a nice little walkway in and a little seating and a little place to have our wood. And this is new here. These workbench used to be on the back wall, but we got all of those tools back there, drill press and bandsaw and planer and joiner, are all now on the back wall, and they were kind of taking up space in the center bay before, so that was kind of key to getting all the vehicles in the middle, was making that space. And this gives us a little extra work area. We did have a second table saw that we weren't really using, so that went away. And this is a nice new work area for us. And yeah, just tons and tons of sweeping up sawdust, and the shop looks awesome now. We scooted this over a couple of feet to give a wider center area here, and just clean, clean, clean. But yeah, TV got moved too. So that was in the little old living room area. Now it's over in the shop. I think that actually will make more sense over here. This area just was a little cluttered, so that just got organized. New little chainsaw station, which is really nice. That used to be the stand for the TV, so repurposed as something much more useful, practical than just sitting a TV on it that we hardly ever watched. So Jason loves his chainsaw setup, so that's really going to be nice. Over here was just kind of flipped these bays. We had mowers here, but due to the shelves, they were behind each other, so it just made more sense to put them over here where they could go side by side, and put the little skinny motorcycles over here. So that is way more open, and I actually think it looks pretty cool with them all parked next to each other. Got our trailer back against the wall, and now we have, like, for the most part, 14 to 16 foot wide all the way down the center, and pretty clean. So yeah, I'm very happy. Hopefully it'll be easier to keep it clean and not get to the state that it was. So definitely celebrating that this project is done, and I'm super dirty and ready to take a shower.
All right, so that's it. That's what we got cleaned up in the barn this weekend. Next weekend, we'll be back here in the barn. So we didn't get to some of the projects. We'll outline a few of those, but yeah, we've probably got at least 2 days of pretty good projects in here.
Miscellaneous
Miscellaneous, yeah. They
Yeah.
can kind of do the whole wide spectrum of things. So that ought to be fun. So we'll be back in the barn next weekend. But thank y'all for being here. Love having you. Leave a comment, click subscribe, hit the like button, tell your mama, tell your friends, and come along for the ride in 2022.
How come they never tell their dad, just their mama?
Because you know why. I mean, if somebody tells me, does it matter? No, you tell mama. That's when things get done.
Okay, I'll go for that.
You can tell your daddy too.
Tell your dad too. Sorry. All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.